So, what exactly should we show them next?
We will show them Fethiye.
Alright, I'm good with Fethiye, but what about Fethiye?
We'll start with the food.
Alright, that's a yummy start. What we got next?
And we can tell them about the shopping.
Consider it done. What we got next?
And we can tell them about our housing.
Next.
We'll talk about the beaches.
Challenge Beach? Sounds good to me. We were there for a long time. This could take a while.
Yeah, so let's make it a series. And we can get started right now. Cue the music.
Alright, so as promised, we are going to start off with what is most important to any traveler, and that is food. We all have to eat. So I'll let Kenzie kick it off by talking more about the beautiful open-air farmers markets in Fethiye.
Oh my gosh, the farmer's market. If you love cooking or even just fresh food, this is heaven on earth for you. You'll walk through these covered stands and see tons of fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, dried fruits, nuts, bread, and every flavor of Turkish delight that you can imagine. And some of the amazing fresh fruits and vegetables that you can find, eggplants, different types of peppers, cucumbers, potatoes, onions.
Pomegranate.
Oh, pomegranates. The sweetest pomegranates we've ever tasted. Oh my gosh. Kiwi, banana.
Again, fruits that we just never heard of. Melons especially. But it got to the point where we would have to either get a taxi, or even between the two of us with backpacks and carrying bags would have to take many a rest stop on our way home because of just the plethora of amazing food we had.
Oh, what a time. Bonus, while you're shopping, if you get tired, you can sit down at a little eatery, order a gozleme with coffee or chai, and just hang out for a little bit. And if you're really lucky, you might find some live music in the market.
Görme kardeşim, beni hor görme kardeşim. Sen altınsın, ben tunç muyum?
Yes, and as far as she was saying for sit down lunch, there are few better places I've ever seen for people watching than these giant markets. And one little addition is, and I wouldn't add it, but it's just so colorful and neat to take in, and that is all the seasonings that they have.
Oh my gosh, yes. Incredible. I didn't even know so many seasonings existed.
Yeah, all the different spices that, like she said, that we know of, and plenty that we had never heard of. So that was certainly altogether a really neat experience. However, if you're not big on cooking, especially maybe if you're visiting Fethiye for your holiday, worry not, because even in the one block area around our Airbnb, there were more fantastic restaurant options than we ever got to explore in the entire month we were living there. The diversity in these restaurants too is on point. You can find anything you want, and with a price that matches the deliciousness. We're talking about two people, and very commonly we were able to eat well for under $10. The fact that we went during January, so it was off season, it also played into the restaurant scene quite a bit in some neat ways. So many times when we would go there, there's just not many people. It's not too crowded, and so you really get to meet the folks that are making each restaurant happen. And it just never took more than a few times there, maybe a week passed, and every time we would walk by, it was like these really sweet waves, offers for free chai, just that little bit extra that made us very pleased to go out and about and support the local food community.
And whether you just moved here and you're looking to restart your wardrobe, or if you're on holiday looking to add a few special pieces to your collection, Old Town Fethiye has what you need. You can walk through almost any of the streets, turn left, turn right, turn around, and you will find a fantastic boutique with just really beautiful, unique items, some very nice shoe stores.
I made my first purchase at the market. Finally got myself a little circle purse. A little tassel.
How much was it?
It was less than $3. 30 Turkish lira.
Anything that you could put on your body, you'll find a place to buy it. And then a reoccurring theme is the price. We were able to shop in a way that we just never really got into in our lives. We didn't go crazy or anything filling buggies, but getting to see a pretty dress that we can imagine on Kenzie and actually being able to buy it, that's a new experience for us.
We bought things that weren't on clearance.
And like she was saying with the boutiques, and in stark contrast to America, you could walk in with a decent amount of money, buy stuff, and walk out and still have money.
Yes, one of the favorite things that I've purchased here was a floral dress at a boutique for $10. That's crazy. You couldn't find that in America. So, very thankful.
Yeah. And a niche thought here, but if you find yourself interested in an activity that you didn't actually pack for, particularly holiday goers, you will find the ability to fill in that gap on the go, and again, for a good price. The shoes that we needed to go hiking compared to the shoes that we had, there was a big gap there, and it was going to cause a lot of pain. And so we were so pumped when we were able to find like truly good quality, which isn't always the case here in Turkey, to be fair. With some of these extremely small prices, there's a result on the back end that reflects it. Still, to find like really good, well-made stuff, we had these boots, and I think they were like right at about $20.
Then I got a matching pair. Oh! Woohoo! And I was able to find my size because they are technically men's shoes.
Yes. Mommy's big foot, no problem when it comes to hiking.
But they are cute enough, and I'm going to style them with some cute outfits too.
Honestly, she put them on, and they look great with her pants that she has on right now.
It's true, it's true.
And I still have mine.
I would have mine, but that's a whole longer story. It wasn't because they fell apart, though. I think something that is important for a lot of us when we are traveling to a new place is when we're doing this shopping, that we see items that reflect the local culture and give us more of a taste for this new place, this new adventure that we're on. And Fethiye, Old Town in particular, is jam-packed with these little small shops that have such an amazing variety of items that really catch your eye and keep you there as you're walking past to take in the beauty. And then also in a lot of cases, because a lot of these items are based in functionality as well, there's kind of the like moment where you're like, what is that for? Oh, and you kind of piece together what it is that they evidently use this for in their day-to-day life. And me as not such a big shopper, it was kind of funny to feel an unfamiliar sense of interest and even kind of longing for things that, if I were to be asked, I couldn't really explain what we would do with them or where they'd fit, but all in the same, they were so neat. So be warned that that is a bittersweet element that you have to look forward to in your shopping experience here in Fethiye.
When we first arrived to Fethiye, we had a month-long Airbnb for $600 for the month that was literally only 2 blocks away from Chalish Beach.
Yes, we had the beach, we had the restaurants, we had the almost kind of like hole in the wall until you get in there, nightlife, kind of hidden in plain sight. And the $600 for us was immediately something for a month in this kind of what we would basically call paradise. Was pretty exciting until we started meeting some of the locals and found out that if that works for your budget and that's good for you, then no worries. But they were telling us about how you could also message the owners on Airbnb and ask them to pay in person. And in many cases, you would get a cheaper price. So that's a little bit of advice. And then also, again, worth noting, we were there in January. And if you were there in July, Kenzie, what could they look forward to?
Your price will likely go from $600 to about $2,500.
Yes. Maybe a little less, but just the same, maybe a little more for that month. And our advice would be is do not get disheartened. It is all about location, and that has some sweet elements to it, including transportation. So if you do decide to go a 1/4 mile inlet, you're still going to be able to get transport to the beach in just a literal matter of minutes. And we're talking a bus system that I've never experienced before anywhere in America, which is, these buses are running on the clock every 15 minutes, and you can really count on it. Another thing is, it's not such a sacrifice to be a quarter mile away.
Yeah, I mean, anywhere you go, up on the beach or even away from the beach, you're gonna find a lot of really nice cafes and restaurants and just a sense of community. It doesn't matter where you are. And a little extra on this is to be prepared to not have a dryer. Most flats and houses in Turkey will have a washing machine, but instead of a dryer, you will just hang your clothes up outside or inside near a heater.
The sun is the dryer, and it does honestly an excellent job, and makes me feel really silly for having ever used a dryer in anything near a summer month while we were in America.
Yeah. And speaking of the beach, Chalish Beach was incredible.
Not a bad place to roll up to as your first destination in Turkey.
Yes.
Amazing. I love our overcast sky.
We were blocks away from the promenade, which is right on the beach, with tons of little cafes and restaurants. And then in the evening, you can have dinner right by the beach and watch the sunset over the water.
Yes. Or you can combine two great things, the food from the markets that Kenzie was telling you about, and a little bit of local culture. What you'll see on anywhere decent weathered evening is a beach speckled with Turkish families with a little pop-up table and having a just loving picnic. I mean, it looks so sweet. We've been really taken aback by that on the regular, and just enjoy sitting back in these places. And you're going to some of these places for a reason, and for us a lot of it had to do with soaking up this new culture and learning from it. And right now they are having a lot of economic struggles, and so it's really neat to see these people still finding the joy their way to be high on life, and we appreciate that. And if anybody's watching that's Turkish, thank you for showing us the simple pleasures.
And one of our personal beach tips, on Chalish, if you are facing the ocean, go all the way to the right and you will find a beautiful example of the local picnic culture. Tons of locals having their dinner, watching the sunset over the ocean, and if you're a little adventurous, you can climb up the trail towards the top of the hill and get a mesmerizing view of the ocean and the little islands out there.
And even back onto Chalish and Fethiye.
Yeah.
And what makes it special to go all the way down there, in addition to that beautiful trail and the view, is that the beach becomes a lot more wild. For the last probably half mile or so, there isn't the promenade and the businesses. It is just like wild beach. One of the days that we were on our way through there, we saw a sheep herder going like right back behind the beach. So definitely this really neat balance of being, in almost the city, definitely in a high infrastructure area of Chalish Beach with all those cafes and everything. And you just keep on going. It's not long before all of a sudden you're in a very much more nature-based beach scene.
And if you've made it this far, we have a little something special for you. Nightlife.
Yes, it goes well with the Chalish Beach talk we were just having to start, and that's because with all of the easygoing, simple, kind of slow times that we experienced at Chalish Beach, there was also evenings that resembled a music festival. Just out of nowhere, you could walk up and on the promenade, just a mass of people having such a good time. You'll see three generations. You'll see, kind of what you'd think of a music festival. A lot of younger kids, big music stage, a light set, and the most stunning views. Like amidst all the chaos, I would find myself almost kind of stepping out for a second just to observe, like seeing this beautiful scene, all these happy people having this amazing night, and the backdrop is the beach and the most beautiful sunset I've ever seen. It was something special for sure. So while, especially if you go in the earlier part of the year, non-season, things are a bit more calm. But rest assured, if a little fun and great music is what you're looking for, you will not leave disappointed.
Now it's time to say thank you for tuning in. If you haven't already subscribed, hit that bell so that you'll be notified for the next video in this series where we take a deeper dive into our favorite aspects of Fethiye. And as always, stay high on life.
Thank you.